I might offend some people with this statement, but everything you know regarding Toyota is about to change for the worst. Toyota is Nigeria's number one brand when it comes to reliability. Corolla, Camry, Highlander, RAV4, the Prado, the Sienna. These cars dominate Nigerian roads for one simple reason. They don't break, they don't spoil. But what if I told you, the name Toyota you have trusted for the last 25 years will not be the same in the next 5 to 10 years? And the reason is not Toyota. It is something bigger, something global. Government regulations.
The House will come to order.
Every car manufacturer in the world has to answer to one thing, that is emission laws. Emission simply means the harmful gases your engine releases into the environment. The government is getting stricter with it every year. Now here's where the problem starts. Toyota built its entire reputation on naturally aspirated engines. No turbo, no stress, just simple, durable engineering. Let's take the 2GR FE engine for example.
Film this 2GR engine. This is 2GR engine.
It is used in the Toyota Camry V6, the Highlander, the Sienna, and the Avalon. For almost 20 years, it has been reliable, proven, and bulletproof. But go and check the latest Highlander today. It now comes with a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine.
The fourth generation Highlander has decided to ditch the V6 and substitute it with a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine.
Because naturally aspirated engines struggle to meet modern emission standards, so what do manufacturers do? They downsize engines and add turbochargers, because the bigger the engine size, the more the emission. The turbocharger then makes it possible for smaller engines to have more power than normal, less fuel consumption, lower emissions, and this makes the government happy. Let me break it down for you. This is a 4-cylinder 2AR 2.5-liter engine from a 2012 Toyota Camry and the 2016 RAV4. It produces about 178 horsepower. It has a fuel consumption of 28 miles per gallon, meaning it consumes around 10 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers. It is very reliable and efficient, and that is why these cars are everywhere. But take a look at this. A 2020 GAC GS4 from China has 1.5-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, around 170 horsepower, with an MPG of 34, which means it consumes 7 liters per 100 kilometers. So let's compare these two cars. Same power, same size of car, same use case, but the GEC consumes way less fuel and produces less emissions than the 2016 Toyota RAV4 because it has a turbocharger, which is why its 1.5-liter engine is able to produce the same amount of power like Toyota's 2.5-liter engine. This is what the government wants, and that is why turbocharged engines are taking over. But here's the problem. This is when Nigeria enters the story. Because we don't buy cars like Americans. We don't buy new. We buy cars that are 6 to 10 years old, 80,000 to 150,000 miles, multiple previous owners. Let me give you an example. If you are living in the USA and you have $10,000 to buy a car right now, you will find a 2022 Toyota RAV4 for sale at, let's say, $8,000. But if you're in Nigeria and you have the same $10,000, which is about 14 million naira, you can only buy a Nigeria used 2015 Toyota RAV4. This RAV4 has been used abroad for at least 7 to 8 years, and has also been used in Nigeria for maybe 2 years by a Nigerian that bought it as foreign use. You do even check on this car and you find out that you are probably the 5th owner. Meanwhile, in the USA, you'll be the 2nd owner of a 2022 RAV4 with that same money, even less. In Nigeria, buying costs, shipping costs, customs costs all come into play when buying a car, simply because we do not manufacture our own cars. Now, imagine that same system, but with turbocharged engines. That is where the real issue is. Turbo engines are more complex, more sensitive, they require better fuel, require better maintenance, and are not built to last as long as cars we are used to. The entire system has changed. And let's be honest, Nigeria struggles with all 4 problems. Fuel quality is inconsistent, maintenance culture is poor, mechanics are still learning, the parts quality is unpredictable. A naturally aspirated Toyota can survive this environment. That is why it became king. But turbocharged cars, they don't forgive mistakes. Run a bad fuel, delay oil change, ignore small issues, and the engine will respond negatively. Also remember, by the time these cars enter Nigeria, they are already old. So you are not just inheriting a car, you are inheriting wear and stress from a technology that wasn't built to survive in a place like this country. Now, let's connect everything. Toyota is already changing and aligning itself with the new government regulations. The latest Highlander has a 2.4-liter turbo engine. The latest Land Cruiser has a twin-turbo V8 engine. The latest Lexus GX has the same twin-turbo V8. Even the latest Corolla in some markets like China now has a 1.2-liter turbo engine variant. This is not optional. It is a regulation, which means it is by force. In a few years, almost every Toyota will be either turbocharged or hybrid. Hybrid cars is even another technology we are not ready for in this part of the world. Now imagine what happens next. 8 years later, these same cars arrive in Nigeria as Tokumbo, high mileage, multiple owners, unknown history. And suddenly, the same Toyota that doesn't spoil starts developing issues every day, just like what happened with Mercedes C300. What happened to the C300 will also start happening to Toyota Corollas, Camrys, and RAV4s. We have a video on why the C300 from Mercedes-Benz is the worst Mercedes-Benz to buy in Nigeria. Make sure to watch that video to understand the full scope of what I am explaining here.
I will tell you guys, don't buy W25 C300. You people think I'm lying. Now take a look at this, my car. I've bought fuel for it. We've changed the battery. We even called it and both man to use this battery. Yeah, the car is not starting. The key, everything is not starting.
That same thing that happened to Mercedes-Benz is now coming for Toyota. Not because Toyota is bad, but because the environment has changed. The truth is simple. The era of bulletproof Toyota engines is long gone. It is slowly coming to an end. Not immediately, but gradually. So what should you do? If you want these new cars, you have to buy them low mileage or brand new. Because the old strategy of buying 8-year-old Tokumbo car and driving forever can't work anymore. And here's the twist. Those Chinese cars that people are avoiding today, they are already built for this new reality. They have smaller engines, turbocharged systems, modern tech, and the costs way lower than the average Toyota today. Newer, Toyota itself is already collaborating with brands like Suzuki in India to build these cheaper types of cars. Toyota introduced its hybrid technology to Suzuki a few years ago, and they have been gently developing cheaper cars and selling them even in Nigeria. So the real problem is not the car anymore, it is the mindset. Because very soon, every car, like I said, will have smaller engines, turbocharged engines, and it will be more complex. So you're still thinking, I will just wait and buy Toyota. You might be walking into a future that Toyota itself has already left behind.